His Majesty King Abdullah II Ibn al-Hussein. Your Majesty, welcome and thank you for joining more than 500 senior figures of the ICT community from across the Arab region, all come to Amman for what has now become a regional biennial event. We are here to celebrate in this session 10 years of remarkably rapid ICT industry development in Jordan. Your Majesty will recognize many individuals who have played important roles in the ongoing industry development initiative that Your Majesty set in motion 10 years ago. To begin this celebration in Your Majesty's presence, one of the leading figures of the IT community of Jordan and the region, the chairman of INTAJ, the Information Technology Association of Jordan, Mr. Ayman Mazahra.
Your Majesty, on behalf of INTAJ, allow me to welcome you to the MENAICT Forum 2010. This year's forum marks a very special turning point in the ICT history of Jordan. 10-10-10 celebrates 10 years of developing our ICT sector. It celebrates INTAJ's 10th anniversary, and it also celebrates the forum's 10th anniversary, which set in motion at the shoreline of the Dead Sea in 2000. More important, 10-10-10 celebrates 10 years of collaborative effort between the public and private sector to build a strong ICT sector that generates exports, attracts investments, and creates quality jobs for our Jordanian citizens. As a result of our collaborative efforts, Jordan's ICT sector today contributes 40% of our GDP. In parallel, we have witnessed most countries in the region adopt their own ICT sector development strategies to realize their own goals, vision, and objectives. Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Qatar, Bahrain, Palestine, and numerous other nations have jointly created over the past decade an ICT region that now marks its place on the global map, the MENA-ICT region. Leveraging on the potential of the region, joining forces, and moving onward toward a shared vision, we are holding this event for the first time as the MENA-ICT region. It is our firm belief that regional efforts can no longer be conducted in isolation, but must capitalize on the many mutual advantages we enjoy. INTAJ has therefore structured the overall agenda of this forum to address issues that are vital to the entire region by addressing education and entrepreneurship. We will also tackle global trends that, as a region, we cannot afford to ignore. To that end, this forum brings together over 70 prominent global speakers who will discuss cloud computing, the impact of social media networks on business and society, outsourcing opportunities, Arabic content, emerging technologies, and the current status and future plans of regional e-government programs. In celebration of 10-10-10 and this forum's inauguration as the MENA-ICT Forum, I would like to share with you a short video that highlights Jordan's journey over the past decade.
Only a few countries, I believe, have figured out the way IT is going and what it's going to do for countries. Now, when it comes down to it, our vision here is very simple. We wanted to succeed because we want to be on that boat. We know that this is the future. We know that this is the growth for our country. So whatever fancy slogans you hear and whatever people will tell you about what we want to do in IT in Jordan, we're serious, because this is our #1 chance to get Jordan to be a very special country in this part of the world. And I believe we can do it.
It all started with an idea brought forward by His Majesty King Abdullah that challenged the ICT leaders to develop a world-class industry that created knowledge jobs. We responded with the REACH initiative. No one would have imagined what could have been accomplished in those 10 years under His Majesty's leadership.
The government bought into this vision and translated the initiative into what almost instantaneously became one of the most effective private-public partnerships in the country. Taking it from the ground up, the challenge today has resulted in the creation of the fastest-growing sector in this economy.
From a simple concept to actual realization, and from disbelief, doubt, sometimes even cynicism, to actual belief now and celebration. What started out as our journey 10 years ago at the shores of the Dead Sea has resulted after hard work and continuous effort in Jordan's fastest growing sector and the country's true enabler.
The ICT industry in Jordan has witnessed phenomenal growth between the years 2000 and 2010. Internet penetration has increased from 4% in the year 2000 to 35% by mid-2010. The number of companies involved in the ICT sector has increased from 50 to 450 over the same period of time. The number of people directly employed in the ICT sector has risen from 1,250 to 15,000, with the total number of people directly or indirectly employed in the ICT sector rising to more than 80,000 employees. In total, the revenues generated by the ICT industry in Jordan over the last 10 years have increased from $560 million in 2000 to $2.2 billion by 2010.
I'm committed.
I'm committed.
We are committed.
I'm committed.
I am committed.
I am fully committed.
We are committed.
We are committed.
We are committed.
We as government are totally committed to the ICT sector, not only because it has shown positive results, but because it is the country's true enabler. But as government, we also realize that competition in this sector is not only regional but global. And we also realize that others around us are moving just as rapidly, which means we must continuously invest in our single most important resource, the human element.
Your Majesty, 10 years ago you recognized that ICT can become one of Jordan's main drivers of growth. You asked us to believe in ourselves, to think big, and to raise the bar. With your support, guidance, and supervision, your dream, our dream, has been realized today. Your Majesty, allow me now to introduce our next speaker. He is one of Jordan's ICT veterans and was part of the small group that conceived the REACH initiative back in 1999. Ex-chairman of INTAJ, and today our partner in the Jordan government, Jordan's ICT Minister, His Excellency Marwan Juma.
Your Majesty, at the outset, allow me to thank you for your personal support and vision over the past 10 years, and for being with us here today at this very important event, which from now onward will be held in this regional perspective. Ayman, thank you for your kind intro and warm words. It's a pleasure to continue working with INTAJ in my capacity as Minister of ICT, and to work with the private sector hand in hand, thus continuing what we started 10 years ago. I choose the word continue versus finish, as our work to build a strong ICT sector and knowledge-based society will never end. The challenges Jordan and all the MENA nations faced 10 years ago have become givens and natural prerequisites. Today we are looking at an entirely different future, one that is filled with new challenges as well as immense opportunities. As my good friend Ayman elaborated, we have come a long way and accomplished quite a lot over the past 10 years. The numbers look great and continue to grow, not only in Jordan, but everywhere else in the region. Now imagine if we maintain the same growth patterns over the coming 10 years. numbers could easily double considering the maturity and strength of our sector. And that is not far-fetched. But to get there, we must realize the following. With ICT, the opportunity is global, yet so is the competition. And as a result, the quality of our graduates must be at par with the very best. And this is not an option. We also must continue to build the ecosystem that embraces entrepreneurship and accepts failure. Every single multi-billion-dollar corporation was at one point a startup, launched by an entrepreneur who had vision, passion, and determination. While doing all of the above, though, we must constantly keep an eye on the divide that not only separates our countries from the developing nations, but that lies within our own borders. If we are to succeed, everyone must be given an equal chance to participate. Now, thinking beyond our individual borders while looking at the entire MENA region, what are the possibilities? As one region with endless opportunities resulting from several commonalities, imagine what we can accomplish by joining hands and working together as one unified economic power. Should we be content with what we have accomplished individually? Or should we collectively aim at creating true regional powerhouses that produce not 10, 20, or $50 million in revenues, but hundreds of millions instead? And should we aim at creating only thousands of local jobs or millions of regional employment opportunities? This forum, CD, has been restructured to incorporate content that reflects just that, a regional perspective and outlook. There is no doubt that as a unified region, the opportunities that become available to the ICT community are immense, yet again, so are the challenges. For example, only 1% of all of the content that's available on the internet is in Arabic. Most companies host their services abroad, and Arabic-based social media networks have just begun to pick up to provide users with relevant content. Mobile applications, the future in communication, feature a very limited number of Arabic applications, and the number and variety of patents and ICT intellectual properties are far off where they should be. Those could be challenges, but they're also amazing opportunities for the future. In addition, what are we doing as governments, as nations, to foster the continuous launch of startups? Are we doing enough to support entrepreneurs who could become very well tomorrow's Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Jerry Yangs, or Sergey Brin's, or even the Randa Ayyubis and Samih Tokans of our region? Are our educational systems designed to instill a strong sense of entrepreneurship that will create a fearless and successful future generation? As a public official and being in a position where I can contribute, I look forward to attending these sessions and to listening to your opinions and perspectives. Your Majesty, before I leave the stage, I would like to share with you two videos. The first, a dear friend of Your Majesty and a good friend of Jordan, who can't be with us today in person, but nonetheless joins us in spirit and passion through his keynote address that was recorded especially for the ICT Forum. I present to Your Majesty Mr. John Chambers, Chairman and CEO of Cisco Systems.
Hello, I'm John Chambers, Chairman and CEO of Cisco, and it's a pleasure to be joining you once again, this time virtually, at the Jordan, Middle East, and Northern Africa ICT Forum. When you think about the future of information and communications and technology coming together, it will change every aspect of our lives. It will create jobs, it will change the way we learn, education, it will change healthcare, and it will change the future of not just companies, but countries and regions. Cisco is extremely committed to the region. You will see us involved as I have been for over a decade now. And I want to thank very much Jordan and your leaders. I want to thank my very good friend, King Abdullah, for your leadership. It takes vision, thinking what is possible, the ability to make dreams come true, and then rolling that out first in the country, then within the region, and then helping us do it around the world. We share a common vision that the internet enables people to participate. It allows us to really change education, which is the cornerstone along with the internet that literally breaks down the borders and is the equalizer around the world. The ability to take education to the next level, to the next generation, is going to be fun and exciting. When you think about where do you go next as a country and a region, the next generation will be around healthcare. You will see this occur on a global basis. It gives a chance to change the quality of healthcare within a country for every citizen. And the Jordan Healthcare Initiative will take it to a whole different level. The ability to scale first in the country, then throughout the region, and then around the world. Just like we did with the education program, I think you will see it occur in terms of the health initiative as well. Jordan and the region already has a tremendous wealth of quality of doctors and nurses. The ability to expand in terms of it being a medical tourism key focal point and to take it to the next generation, I think, is in front of us. And that will be enabled by rich media, video capabilities, and the next generation of the internet. It allows us to really dream and make dreams come true for all the people in the region. It breaks down the borders, it allows job creation, and not just to raise the bar in terms of what's possible in healthcare, just like we did together in education, but what is possible in terms of job creation within this and taking it to a whole new generation. I want to thank His Majesty for 10 years of leadership in ICT. Education and ICT, the internet if you will, are the equalizers in life. The ability to make a difference in entrepreneurship, hard work, and passion, but we never get hard work and passion confused with results. The ability also to get results. So we want to thank you. Cisco is committed to the region. We will partner for life. Enjoy the remainder of the conference.
And last, allow me, Your Majesty, to present you with a sample of our video tributes comprising students, entrepreneurs, and leaders of the industry who helped shape our young sector and whose own personal lives over the past 10 years have been touched by this wonderful initiative.
I'm finally glad to have such a great event موجود عندنا في المنطقة. أنا as an Egyptian بقول دايما إن أنا فخور جدا باللي بيحصل في الأردن في آخر كام سنة.
شعور أنا شعرته لما كنت بأول إنترنت كونفرنس للعالم العربي عرب نت ببيروت أول هاي السنة. أول إشي يعني كل اللي كانوا موجودين الصراحة المتفوقين يعني بهذا السكتور بالذات كانوا أردنيين، وأنا كنت فخور إني أنا أحكي إني أنا شركة أردنية بقطاع الإنترنت، والكل كان يطلع علي يعني نظرة إني كأني جاي من السيليكون فالي تبع الشرق الأوسط، والصراحة هذا شعور يعني ما بقدر أوصف لك قديش كان شعور حلو لإلنا.
أنا شخصياً استفدت منها لأني قدرت أحصل على فرصة عمل جيدة براتب ممتاز.
10 years ago, you've put the sector into action. Today, we are living one of the most successful sectors, contributing economic growth and employment to Jordanian citizens.
I am proud to see to it that Ericsson is expanding its footprint in the region through its Jordanian office with 99.9% Jordanian workforce.
I look back 10 years and I find it incredible to see where Jordan was 10 years ago and where it is today in the ICT sector.
الأردن نحن طبيعي بدنا نكون ليدرز وسنتر اوف اكسلنس لموضوع الاي تي في الريجن ان شاء الله بالعالم. هذا ما بيجي من فراغ، بدنا نخلق ايكو سيستم، نبني هالشباب، وي اتراكت هالشركات، بنفس الوقت يكون عندنا سمعة طيبة بالعالم انه الأردن بلد ديليفرز.